Boosie is really upset and pissed off at Jim Jones because he believes Jim set him up to get disrespected and lied on. It all started when Young Blue made an appearance on Jim Jones's podcast. He seemed incredibly eager, almost too eager, to talk about his situation with Boosie. Jim didn't even have to ask twice. The man was completely ready to spill. As Young Blue told his side of the story, he painted Boosie as a villain, claiming Boosie was just too greedy and that his greed essentially ruined their partnership and business. However, the version of the story Young Blue shared is completely different from the one Boosie has been telling on Vlad TV for years. To make matters worse, while Young Blue was talking, Jim Jones was slightly instigating and gassing it up, acting surprised and fueling the fire. Now, Boosie is watching this whole interaction play out, and he's putting the blame on Jim Jones, especially since the two of them apparently have a real relationship.
Well, I don't mind, bro. I don't mind talking about it. Hey, bro, I ain't gonna lie. I used to be on that like nitpicking, bro. I don't give a no more, cause that's when I used to be like, I used to try to save, bro. I used to try to save, and I used to try to be the bigger person, but I don't give a more. So don't feel like you can't ask me nothing.
So you say that because I don't know the ins and outs. I too be on social media like everybody else. Is the only thing there is to do. So I can't ask you this, and I don't know what the situation. You think that you and Boosie will ever be on the same page, just seeing eye to eye? Just in general, like not even about no business, just like passing.
Man, bro, you don't even know how many times I done tried to see eye to eye with that man. How many times I done tried to, men show this how to make money, show this how we could continue to make money, you know what I'm saying? Even while we going through this case, you know what I'm saying? Hit me up every once in a while in my DM, man, Blue, da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, bro, we still arguing about some shit that we never gonna agree on that's 5 years old. I'm like, bro, these people right here will give us millions of dollars right now to do a collab tape or drop some songs together, bro. Let's just get this money. We can still fight in court, bro. Let's just get this money right here.
Before we even dive deeper into this, if it turns out Young Blue is actually on some nonsense, let me just remind everyone of Boosie's side of the story. Honestly, if Boosie is telling the truth, I wouldn't care what kind of money they offered us for a joint album. I wouldn't do it until the money from the original deal was sitting in my pocket. See, Young Blue was originally signed to Boosie, and his manager was actually Boosie's brother, TK. Around the time Young Blue had that massive record with Drake, he was absolutely blowing up and charting on Billboard. That's when Empire approached Young Blue with a multi-million-dollar deal. Now, Boosie was supposed to get a major cut of that Empire contract because, at the end of the day, Young Blue was still his artist. But according to Boosie, his own brother, TK, forged his signature on the paperwork, officially releasing Young Blue from his contract so he could sign directly with Empire. Because of that, Boosie now has to fight a whole battle in court just to prove his signature was forged and that Young Blue still owes him millions of dollars. That is exactly how Boosie laid it all down during his Vlad TV interview.
I'm the CEO. I mean, you're my top artist. Anybody you would have brought to the table, I would have been willing to talk to.
Right.
Anybody you want to talk to, I'm willing to talk to. I ain't gonna get more money because I'm talking. But to X me out, it doesn't go like that, bro, And all the parties involved, everybody was in cahoots and everybody knew what was going on, Everybody knew what was going on, bro, and I was done wrong. And around while I'm pissed off, I was done wrong while I was shot in a wheelchair.
That's when it happened.
In a wheelchair. That's why that's why.
Oh, they thought maybe you were just out of here and
went far, did all this stuff when I was in a wheelchair. And that's what really pissed me off about the situation. I would have took Blue to any label and tried to get him, but they did all this when I was in a wheelchair. And you bring me 100,000 like you doing this for me, helping your career, when you done went got this money from Empire and you bringing me this.
The video where you brought you the cash.
Yeah, thinking you just looking out for me, but no, you done went, gave all my away, and you bringing me and got some money from Empire, and you bringing me this. It's just wrong, bro. I would have took that dude anywhere, bro, and got him a deal.
Yeah.
I want money. That's the only way I make money off you. I don't your management. I don't nothing. Only way I make money is I take you to get a deal. and you cut me, and you know they me, man. Like everybody in the situation, bro. I was texting guys for 5 months. I text him. I text him. Blue is signed to me. You know he's my artist. I see he's working with y'all. What's the business? I got to get paid. Let's do this right. I text him. That was in March. He didn't text me back to July when I told him paperwork is coming. And you know this real, guys. Bro, I don't know what you're talking. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
If Boosie is telling the truth, I wouldn't care less about any collaborative tape. I'd want the millions you already owe me from that Empire deal first. Think about it like this. It's like doing a business deal with someone you actually know. Let's say you both go out and mow the lawns for about 10 houses. You make $1,000, but then they take the entire grand and completely ghost you. Naturally, you start beefing over it. Then, out of nowhere, they hit you up like, "Bro, why are you still pressed about that $1,000? I found some other houses we can mow for another 1,000 right now. We can make some quick cash, man. What are you doing? Just bring your lawnmower and stop playing." And then, when they go and flip the script to tell the story, they blame you for not wanting to bring your lawnmower to make more money, completely ignoring the fact that they already owe you $1,000. Man, I wouldn't work with you either. I'm not doing a single thing until I get my original money. But when Young Blue tells his version, he paints Boosie out to be the greedy one, making him look like the selfish villain. Again, if Boosie is actually telling the truth, I don't see how he's being selfish at all, nor do I get why Young Blue would ever expect Boosie to work with him again.
Work with him.
You, bro, you don't want to do it. You feel me? You don't want to do it, or you want to just keep talking about something else. But like with that, bro, I know I'm a real. I never did to know that. Like, bro, I never seen a contradict itself so much. Like, man, that man contradict himself, bro. How you gonna say Blue ain't want to give me no money, but then go in another interview with Vlad? You can look it up right now. Oh, you know Blue offered me $2 million. You know he offered me $2 million. So did I offer you $2 million, or didn't offer you nothing? You feel me? Because I didn't even have to offer you $2 million. You know what I'm saying? I just did that just off the respect. I just felt like that just like, if you had an artist, right? If you had an artist, I just come back. You had an artist, right? You weren't really putting no money behind them, right? And y'all went and signed to another label, and y'all went to sign to Columbia or whatever. Columbia dropped the artist. You know what I'm saying? They dropped the artist, and the artist like, man, I don't know what to do, man. It seems like it's just going. You feel me? Man, I need about 100, 150. So I want to do all this stuff right here, and we could take off. If you don't got it, or if you don't want to do that, bruh, just let me out my deal, bro. We can sign a release right now. Let's work on it. We work on the release for 6 months. You in the email, your lawyer in the email, your brother in the email, all of us in the email, going back and forth for 6 months. We finish the deal. I come to your house. Before we even do that, I come to your house on my tour bus. I say, man, boo, bruh, this what we doing, bro. I'm gonna have to go over here and get this bag with Empire, bro, if you don't want to give me no money. Boosie wasn't giving nobody no 100, no 150. He wasn't doing nothing to put into nobody. You feel me?
I do agree that Boosie didn't put up any actual cash. He gave him his cosign, but I definitely don't believe Boosie actually signed those release papers. What I think really happened is they were in talks about a release, trying to figure out the terms. Then Young Blue blew up with that Drake track, and Boosie was probably like, yeah, I'm not signing that release anymore, homie. Not happening. I almost let you go without knowing that Drake's song was dropping. But Young Blue knew exactly what was coming. Now, when you look at how Young Blue views it, he does have a point to some degree. Like, if you didn't give me any upfront money, you can't be out here demanding 30 or 40%. Come on, man, that's just not fair. But at the same time, Boosie deserves his cut because he would argue, bro, I got you on Vlad TV. I used my industry connections to get you features. I got you hot and gave you major looks. So even if I didn't hand you a $150,000 signing bonus or a marketing budget, I gave you $150,000 worth of my own relationships, and that is worth real money. Plus, you were still legally signed to me, regardless of how you felt about what I did for you. You agreed to sign that contract and give me my percentage, so I need my check. So, no matter what young Blue thinks Boosie did or didn't do for him, if he was still under contract and Boosie never signed that release paperwork, then you owe that man his money. And honestly, I don't think Boosie signed him away either, because if he did, why would TK have needed to forge his signature in the first place?
And all the artists over there can vouch for that. He said, all right, bro, you could do that. Once I go do that, the next few months, I got a song with Drake. Of course you gonna get amnesia. Of course you gonna get amnesia. You just had me. You feel me? Soon this release is done, I get a song with Drake. Now me just being like, I ain't gonna lie, like, even though I know he lying about not knowing that I wanted to get out the deal and not signing the release, I'm like, well, that is a big ass fluke. That's just a big fluke, but like, I f***ed you too much. Like, let me try to get at least 2 million out these people, you feel me, to give to you just to make you feel like, because I know you know what I'm saying, you helped me. You feel like I know you
felt like he missed out.
I felt like I did feel like he missed out too. I really felt like, I wish you would have just put some money behind it. You feel me? Or I wish you would have just did this so we wouldn't even have to get to this point. You feel me? And when we did that release, he got a lot of return for that release. Like all my old all that out there. So at that point, bro, you get online and start bashing me. You go to Vlad, start bashing me in all these interviews, talking down on my name, telling everybody I'm a snake, telling everybody I'm this, telling about. At this point, bro, it's bro, I can't even, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I can't even, you know what I'm saying? At this point, it's like, I can't even have no sympathy for you because it's like, bro.
Bro, at the exact time young Blue was released from his contract, Boosie was literally in the hospital after getting shot up. So I highly doubt Boosie was reviewing paperwork and handling business while laid up in a hospital bed. From my perspective, what really happened was they already had a release in the works. TK, being young Blue's manager, knew that Drake's song was coming down the pipeline. TK didn't want Boosie getting a single dollar out of that Drake record because TK and Boosie had been dealing with issues for a minute, and TK had already snaked Boosie out of a lot of money before. Since TK was Boosie's brother and young Blue's manager, he was playing both sides. He knew the inner workings of the label and he knew young Blue's business. Understanding how massive that Drake song was going to be, TK forged Boosie's signature and rushed that release through right before the track dropped, because there is no way Boosie signed those papers while fighting for his life in the hospital. It just doesn't make any sense at all. Now, Jim Jones was laughing during the interview. Look, people have labeled us Jim Jones haters in the past, but I don't think Jim really did anything wrong here. He asked the questions and laughed a bit, but I don't think he was antagonizing the situation enough for Boosie to be writing paragraphs calling him out on Twitter. Boosie posted, "Jim Jones, this dude lied to you and you gassed him up to lie even more. SMH. Honestly, when I first heard about it, I thought, yeah, Jim Jones definitely did that. He loves the mess. But after watching the whole segment, I just don't see it. Jim asked questions and laughed, but he didn't do him dirty." Boosie continued his vent, saying, "I always saluted and bragged on my artist, and the world knows this. What the F*** would I get mad about him being big time for, when the bigger he gets, the more I eat? I talked to you in October and you said you wanted to see me get paid and that I deserve it, but you just wanted to clear your name. Now you go on a podcast and say I was hating on you for making it big? Really? You know that's BS. The lawyer just did the deposition and said Boosie knew nothing about this deal. He also said he didn't talk to me about anything. He even said what they made him do could have gotten him disbarred. SMH. He went off on y'all bad at the deposition. So, apparently, the lawyer young Blue used to get him out of the contract has completely turned on him. Honestly, bro, it looks like Boosie is about to get a massive payday." Boosie went on to say, "My name was forged. So why are you mad at me? Be mad at Empire. They knew you were my artist and set you up to fight me, then stopped paying your attorney fees after putting you in 5 years of lawyer debt. But I'm the bad guy. SMH. You want to clear your name? Just tell the truth. Tell the world I deserve my money. Don't just tell me, tell the world. That's what people respect. Everyone is pointing fingers. You're blaming TQ, and TQ is blaming me, saying he couldn't get in touch with me with $5 million on the table. So it looks like it was a $5 million deal. Out of those 5 M's, I don't even know how much Boosie thinks he's owed, because that's $5 million for the contract plus all the revenue and profits from the Drake record. That is insane. Apparently, TK claimed he couldn't get a hold of Boosie, so he just forged his name and signed the contract anyway. This is wild. Boosie finished by saying, Empire is blaming y'all for bad business and saying they didn't know you were my artist. SMH. Moral of the story, I was ed over. To all my fans, court has been going great for me. For some reason, I just believe Boosie. His story is completely on point and he has all his ducks in a row. Young Blue, you've got to make this right because this isn't cool. But yeah, as for Boosie, I wouldn't blame Jim Jones. I don't think Jim did anything wrong. As an interviewer and podcaster myself, I can tell when someone is trying to instigate, and I don't think Jim Jones was doing that. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you think Jim Jones did anything wrong? Do you feel like Young Blue is lying on Boosie, or is Boosie the one lying? Let me know. If you're still watching, click on this video right here to find out why DJ Academics and Charlemagne the God just officially declared war on each other. I'll see you guys over in that Academics and Charlemagne video. Send a hype to this video if you want to support the channel. I'm out of here, folks. Peace.